Anytime, anywhere. Award-winning coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News.
12 o'clock on your Friday. I'm meteorologist Melissa Lefevre. We did have some showers and thunderstorms moving through parts of the Warm Springs area. Those have dissipated. Tracking some showers and thunderstorms moving through West Virginia right now. Again, pinpoint Doppler radar for us here locally is looking good. We've got sunshine out there, hazy sunshine at that, with hot temperatures. Many of us in the upper 80s to near 90. Cool spot right now, 73 in Hot Springs. Your lunchtime forecast again going to be hot and humid, partly cloudy. Temperatures continuing to climb. We are going to warm up to near 96 for today, but also heading into the afternoon, along with the heat and humidity, a 30% chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing into those evening hours. So high temperatures for today, another day of the 90s, topping around 96 in Lynchburg, 95 in Danville, right around 90 in the New River Valley. More heat and humidity on the way for this weekend. We'll take a look at the forecast coming up. Megan?
All right, Melissa, thank you. New this noon, a federal agency released its report on the environmental impact of the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. The assessment from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission finds the project would have some adverse effects, specifically on water resources and endangered species. It says if developers use proper construction techniques, most of those impacts could be at less than significant levels. However, the commission will consider this analysis before making their final decision on whether to approve that pipeline, which would go through Nelson County. Police say the largest methamphetamine lab dump site in Southwest Virginia was found in Wise County. Take a look here. Officials say they found that 186 meth labs had dumped their waste over an embankment on Old Mill Village Road in the small town of Pound, which is near the Kentucky border. No one has been arrested in this case. The Pound police chief says this is an active investigation and anyone with information should call the police department. We have more information about this story on WSET.com. 2 decades after his infamous double murder trial, O.J. Simpson making headlines once again. The former football star will soon be a free man. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest.
O.J. Simpson now being held in a separate part of this Nevada prison away from the general population. A precautionary measure for protection now that the NFL Hall of Famer will soon be a free man.
I do vote to grant parole.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That unanimous decision made by the parole board 9 years into Simpson's 33-year sentence for a 2007 robbery in this Las Vegas casino.
So you believe that the property was yours?
It's been ruled legally by the state of California that it was my property, and they've given it to me.
The 70-year-old could be released as soon as October 1st, telling the parole board he plans to move back to Florida, where he lived for about a decade leading up to his arrest.
I think he's going to come to the Tampa area. A lot of his friends are in Tampa. I'm in Tampa. His kids are here.
But friend Tom Scotto disputed that on Good Morning America, saying Simpson plans to live elsewhere in Florida, refusing to share exactly what Simpson's plans are beyond this.
We're going to do a road trip. He wants to visit all the people that died while he was in prison, pay his respects. He wants to visit his daughter's grave. He wants to visit Nicole's grave.
The 1994 murder of Simpson's ex-wife Nicole Brown and her friend Ron Goldman, for which Simpson was infamously acquitted, was not factored into the parole decision.
I was expecting him to be paroled, yes. We'll just do what we've been doing and continue to trudge forward and make the best of a bad situation.
The Goldman and Brown families are still trying to collect on the $33 million settlement they were granted in a civil suit. They have no access to the NFL pension Simpson still collects each month because it is federally protected. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Reno, Nevada.
And this midday, we're still following the very latest on an earthquake in Greece we told you about this morning. We want to send it over now to Melissa, who has been monitoring this for most of the morning. Melissa.
Well, thank you, Megan. Want to show you on our graphics to exactly where this happened. You can take a look. 2 people were killed and 200 injured in the 6.7 magnitude quake. Now, it hit the holiday island of Kos and then struck panic on the nearby shores of Turkey. Rescue crews say 2 men died when a club collapsed. Now, some local residents even leaped from the balconies when the quake hit. Greek officials say there have been several aftershocks, which could put more risk on the buildings that have already been damaged. And if we loop that graphic there, You can see all of those dots are all of the aftershocks that occurred after that initial quake. We'll continue to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Megan.
All right, Melissa, thank you. U.S. officials say the Trump administration will ban American citizens from traveling to North Korea following the death of UVA student Otto Warmbier, who passed away after falling into a coma in a North Korean prison. The officials said today that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson had determined to implement a restriction for North Korea, which would make using a U.S. passport to enter that country illegal. They said the restriction would go into effect 30 days after a notice is published in the Federal Register, but it's not clear when that will be. President Trump is shaking up his legal team and other positions as well. We just learned that Press Secretary Sean Spicer has resigned. ABC News also reporting that the president has named a new communications director. ABC's Megan Hughes has the latest.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions back to work this morning as President Donald Trump dodges questions about his New York Times rant against the Attorney General.
Mr. President, does Jeff Sessions still have your full support?
Thank you, everybody.
But changes are afoot on Trump's legal team. His lead attorney Mark Kasowitz steps aside, with Washington attorney John Dowd taking his place. According to media reports, the president's legal team is now investigating the investigators looking into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. They're looking for conflicts of interest within special counsel Robert Mueller's team. White House aide Kellyanne Conway says many are Democratic donors, telling Fox and Friends,
"It's relevant that people know what the motivations are. And that is not an attack on the team. That is what's fair is fair."
The White House also doubling down on Trump's comments to the New York Times that Mueller would cross a red line if his probe includes Trump family finances not tied to Russia.
The president's making clear that the special counsel should not move outside of the scope of the investigation.
President Trump's senior advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner is set to answer questions Monday on Capitol Hill. His son Don Jr. and former campaign manager Paul Manafort face a deadline tonight to respond to an invitation to testify. And if they don't agree,
I'm not concerned, because if they don't, they'll be subpoenaed.
one other shakeup, a new communications director at the White House, the president choosing Wall Street veteran Anthony Scaramucci. Megan Hughes, ABC News, Washington.
And there's much more to come this midday. New developments in that deadly police shooting in Minnesota that killed a bride-to-be after she called 911 for help. The latest as the family tries to figure out why it all happened.
Well, it is a big weekend with all eyes on the Commonwealth Games. We're talking heat, humidity, and rain chances Friday and through the weekend, right after the break.
You're watching ABC 13 News. Award-winning coverage of Lynchburg, Danville, Bedford, Roanoke, and the New River Valley.
Well, if you're heading out for lunch this midday, it's going to be pretty dry, but we will see showers and thunderstorms developing by this afternoon. Our tracking showers and storms moving through West Virginia, and these will try to make a run at the Commonwealth as we head throughout the day. And did have some showers and storms earlier this morning in and around Warm Springs and even some in Covington, but looping pinpoint Doppler radar dry right now with temperatures heating up. Check it out, 90 degrees right now in Lynchburg, 90 in South Boston, 89 in Danville, upper 80s for Martinsville, and 88 if you're watching us from Roanoke, 83 in Blacksburg. Look at the heat index. Remember, we're going to be talking about this over the next couple of days. That's when you factor in the humidity, what it feels like to your body right now. It feels like 95 in Lynchburg, already feels like 98 in Danville. We're going to see those heat index values approaching and exceeding 100, not just today, but Saturday and Sunday as well. Let's talk about those rain chances. Bulk of the rain comes heading into the afternoon hours. Again, pop-up showers and thunderstorms continuing even into later on this evening. So if you do have any plans later on this afternoon, we do have opening ceremonies for the Commonwealth Games. And if you're heading out to Friday cheers or just out and about with your friends and family this afternoon and evening, have that backup plan. Remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Heading into tonight, we will see those rain chances tapering off as we do lose that heating, and we'll be left with partly cloudy skies overnight. Let's jump ahead and look at heat index values futurecast over the next couple of days. So feels like the mid-90s to triple digits, not just this afternoon, but again, once again on Saturday. We'll see those heat index values well over 100 in parts of the south side. So dangerous heat. That's where you you got to stay hydrated if you are going to be outside, and remember to take multiple breaks, check on your loved ones, and remember to bring the pets inside, make sure they are staying hydrated as well. Even Sunday, look at this. Despite the chance for showers and storms, we're still seeing heat index values over 95 in Lynchburg and over 100 parts of Danville and South Boston. Now let's get a look at the weekend forecast. Again, all the events going on for the Commonwealth Games, and even if you're just out and about enjoying your weekend. Temperatures, just like we're seeing today, near 90 at lunchtime, a high around 95 tomorrow. 30% chance for showers and storms. Some of those could be on the stronger side. Sunday, much of the same, high around 94. 40% chance for showers and storms. Now, we could see some stronger storms tomorrow. Most of our area is in a marginal, so a 1 out of 5 for some isolated strong storms. Main threats, of course, you're going to have heavy downpours, thunder and lightning, but we could also see some damaging winds and could even see some larger hail. Again, that threat comes into the afternoon hours, so scattered showers and storms. Not too widespread, but it's something we'll be monitoring heading into Saturday afternoon and evening. I think Sunday, though, is really going to be the day to watch. Storm Prediction Center already has our entire viewing area in a slight risk. That's a 2 out of 5 for some stronger storms. Main threats will remain, again, heavy rain. We will see some damaging winds and also could see some larger hail. And as you can see by Futurecast, painting a widespread coverage area of showers and storms. So a bit active, hot, humid, and unsettled, but then 80s next week and drier behind the front.
Oh my goodness. I went to the Commonwealth Games last year, and I remember it was just as hot. It's just bad timing,
It really is July. I mean, that's when you're getting into the heat of summer. So for all those athletes and spectators like you, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Lots of water. Light clothing,
Light
too.
clothing works. We were talking about this yesterday. All right, Melissa, thank you. We are just a few hours away from the official start of the Virginia Commonwealth Games. Like we just said, the opening ceremony is set for 7 tonight at the Vines Center. There will be a parade before that from the Athletic Village down to the Vines. Athletes are competing in 60 different sports, including wrestling, disc golf, and ultimate frisbee. We're going to have complete team coverage of the games starting at 5 o'clock tonight. And turning now to new developments in that deadly police shooting in Minnesota that killed a bride-to-be after she called 911 for help. Overnight, hundreds marching in her honor as the Minneapolis police chief broke her silence. ABC's Alex Perez is in Minneapolis with the latest.
For the first time, the Minneapolis police chief is speaking out about the shooting of 40-year-old meditation and yoga instructor Justine Damond.
Justine didn't have to die. This should not have happened.
Damond called 911 late last Saturday night, saying she thought someone was being assaulted in the alley behind her home. "I can hear someone out the back," she says in a transcript of the call. "I'm not sure if she's having sex or being raped." Investigators say officers Matthew Harity and Mohammed Noor responded to that call, driving down a dark alley with their squad car lights off, but never found the suspect.
Shots fired. Got one down. 5:30, I'm starting to go.
Harity telling investigators they were startled by a loud noise when Damon appeared near the driver's side. Noor, who was on the passenger side, firing his gun through the open driver's side window. Both officers' body cameras off. Harity's attorney told the Minneapolis Star-Tribune it's certainly possible the officers believe they were the target of an ambush, but the Minnesota attorney representing Damon's family in Australia doesn't buy that argument.
The family wants justice in its largest sense. In other words, we want the officers to be properly trained.
And the family attorney says loved ones are working on getting Justine's remains back to Australia and that they do intend to file a civil lawsuit. Alex Perez, ABC News, Minneapolis.
All right, listen up, Target shoppers. The program that the big box chain is now ending. That's just ahead. Target is ending the Cartwheel Perks program. It began testing in several markets last year. The program was a part of the company's Cartwheel app, which provides shoppers with digital coupons for extra savings during checkout. Cartwheel Perks gave customers points for in-store purchases that could be used for rewards. That included discounts on future purchases. Perks rewards can be earned until August 27th and redeemed until October 27th. A Walmart in Texas has been reopened recently, but as a public library. Asa Merritt with our digital news partner Circa gives us a tour of the new facility.
This state-of-the-art library in McAllen, Texas used to be a Walmart. The 120,000 square foot space was once filled with clothing and home goods. Now you will find a virtual reality station, a 3D printer,
Everywhere you look, there's a lot of buildings going down, and if they could turn it into something like this, it'd be more fun for us, so we have more things to do.
Malls and shopping centers across the country are closing. The library in McAllen is an example of what can be done with these empty, gigantic spaces.
It's a touchstone, the fact that it was a Walmart building. And that buzz has created a lot of support in the community, bringing people in who might not have come to the library before.
For Circa, I'm Asa Merritt.
All right, you guys, it's the final day of the Royal Tour kicking off this morning. Will and Kate making waves in Germany. We're taking you there next.
This portion of ABC 13 News is brought to you by Billy Kraft Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Turning now to the final day of the Royal Tour, kicking off this morning. Will and Kate making waves in Germany, facing off in a rowboat, and Kate turning heads in an emerald gown. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the details.
This morning, the couple celebrating the joint UK-German Year of Science with a visit to the Maritime Museum. On Thursday, the Duke and Duchess showing their competitive sides, going head-to-head in a rowing race. Kate telling her crew, "No pressure, but I do want to beat my husband." But it was Will who admitted he had no idea what he was doing as a navigator, who just edged out his wife for bragging rights.
The first boat, please. Step in front.
You think, 10, 20, 30 years ago, you didn't get royal engagements like that. You would never have got the Queen rowing a boat against Prince Philip on an overseas tour. And I think an engagement like that really shows how modern William and Kate are in their approach to official royal duties.
The future king then donning an apron, opening the beer bar with 2 swings of a wooden mallet.
Where's your key?
While William may have won the row, Kate clearly more skilled at pretzels, easily making hers before turning to laugh at her husband and his unsuccessful attempts at a royal twist.
That doesn't look quite right, but anyway.
Then it was off to a party, Kate changing from her lace yellow Jenny Packham to a dazzling green gown by German designer Markus Lupfer, paired with a silver chain belt, pearl bracelets, and nude Prada stilettos. But it's the prince and princess that have generated the most buzz on this trip. The UK's most popular mini ambassadors, also its youngest. These pictures of a sleepy George and this adorable little curtsy from 2-year-old Charlotte are drawing the most oohs and ahs.
Fruit punch and pickles are sometimes backyard barbecue favorites, but Walmart is so fond of the items, it's meshing the two. The product, called Tropicals. The company is stocking in select Walmart stores this month. They sell for $2 each. And by the way, look what we got. Ooh. Our editor, Andrea, went and picked this up for us after the show this morning. And we said this morning, we did a challenge to all 3 of us that we're going to try it on Monday morning. So we're not going to open this jar until Monday at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you're going to have to tune in to DMV to see. I know. Listen, we're full of teases today. I got to tell you, they don't look super appealing. The pink color, I don't know. But I bet they're good. I bet they're good.
I bet they are.
I really like pickles, so this is going to be a fun little thing. Here they are, Tropicals.
Maybe it'll cool us off after all the heat.
Yeah, exactly.
From this weekend. Do want to let you know of scattered showers and thunderstorms moving through this afternoon, continuing through the weekend, dealing with the heat and humidity. Hang in there, though. 80s on the way.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Make sure you join us right back here for ABC 13 News starting at 5 o'clock. Enjoy your weekend.